Good morning, everyone. So today's topic is motivation. So, do you know what is motivation actually is? So, motivation is equals to motive for action. When you have a motive, then you take a action, and it equals to the motivation. And the action you take because of the motivation. And motivation is the biggest thing which allows you to get your desired result, to get the steps in ahead of your destination. Then if you want to achieve your goals desired results, then you have to be motivated. So let's talk about that. And thing is that, how do you know how many type of motivation is there? There are two type of motivation, named as internal motivation and external motivation. Firstly, people think that motivation and inspiration is the same thing, but in actual, inspiration and motivation is not the same thing. Inspiration is the thinking. When you got inspired, you got thinking. That you said that I got inspired from the person who is earning lot of money. That you are thinking about that how he is earning money. But motivation is different from that. Motivation is that if he is earning money, then I can also earn this amount of money, and such more than that. And that is the motivation. And this is the difference between the motivation and the inspiration. You got inspired from the people, but you got the motivation also from the people. But motivation comes from your insights first. You got motivated because of your subconscious mind. Your mind tells you that you have to be like that. It's like an idol for you. And be so sure about that. What's your inspiration, and what's your motivation? So motivation can be of different type, whether it can be from internal and can be from external. So first, I would like to talk about the internal motivation. So the most effective and the most efficient way to get motivated is that the internal motivation. When you are motivated from the insides, that there is no need to get that no one can take down your morale, and no one can take down your self belief from you. And that's the biggest thing about the internal motivation, means that it can help you to achieve your desired result with effective and efficient manner. That you won't be able to get distracted from any other things. But at the same time, there are some disadvantages from these things, like that if you are internally motivated, sometimes you can feel that it is too hard. Then how can I achieve these things? Then you have to be consistent about that. If you are not consistent on your internal motivation, then you will degrade your self morale and self esteem, and also self confidence. And and same time, at the external motivation, it comes from the outside. Means that, like, if an example like that, uh, if there was a car, you saw a car, whether it can be anything like G wagon. You see that how the person had earned this car, what he had did, what he had done. But then you will think about that, and then you would like to talk about from that person, that how he had earned this car. Then he will talk about so many things. Then this thing will inspire you to get the desire to get this car. To get the car, the person will inspire you. And when you get inspired because of the external motivation, that is the external motivation.
And this is not for long lasting, right?
This is not for long lasting, because when you are motivated externally, this can be ruined so fast. Because
And it happens that when you are inspired yourself from external motivation, it changes day by day.
it
And
can
that's why you can't consist towards one thing.
Exactly, sir, exactly. The next thing is that when you are externally motivated, you see that when the goal is away from you, you would like you would say that leave it, no problem. Then, but there are some advantages for that. That if you are externally motivated, you don't need to take any risk. Because when you take risk because of internal motivation, because no one is here for your motivation but yourself. But in external, there is someone else who is motivating you from the outside. then the risk which you take from the external motivation is calculated, but the risk from the internal motivation is can be unlimited, or the liability can be
The reason
increased so
behind that
much.
is that there is no any map, predefined map on which you wanna go. But the internal motivation benefits is that it doesn't go slow. It doesn't get down all the time. It is on the peak. It's also a synonym name is that for the internal motivation is burning desire.
Exactly, sir. And also the motivation can be of two type also, like it can be negative or positive. It depends on person that how what kind of attitude he carries. If he carries the negative attitude, then the motivation is also negative. If he carries the positive attitude, then the motivation also be positive. Like example like that, there was a father who was a drunkard, and he has the two children, and one children became the millionaire and other become like him, like his father. Then there was an interview, then the interviewer asked the question to the childrens that what is the reason that you are like that if one brother is millionaire and you are like a drunkard. So then they said that I then the millionaire said that I admire my situation, that I can be the only person that who can get outside from this situation by hard work, by not following these steps, because because he acknowledged that the steps which had been followed by my father is not good, and that's the reason why he's there. And that then he thought that I have to do different things so that I can achieve my goals, and then he goes on the right path because of his positive and the internal motivation. There is no external motivation, that nobody inspires him, but he himself. And the same time, at the negative, the children who become drunkards said that my father is doing the same job, then how it can be wrong? Then that's the point of view and the perspective of the person decided what kind of motivation and what kind of attitude you carry. And you have to think about that what's your motivation and how you carries it along with you. Thank you for listening me.